We are the children of the one Yahweh. Ye are the chosen of the one Yahweh. And he has given this life to us.
Alright, first and foremost, we're going to call Halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. So all praise to the Heavenly Father, named the only God and Son, the Lord we call Jesus Christ. With the Hebrew Israelites at Sicaria on the Bay Area, it was the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America, and preach peace and prosperity and salvation to the 12 tribes of Israel, scattered abroad, who are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. What's going on, brother? You smoke cigarettes, man?
Yeah.
You believe in the Bible?
No.
You don't?
No.
What were we talking about earlier about people that are monotheistic or henotheistic? What were you saying?
Wait, what?
You were saying something about people believing in multiple gods, correct?
Yeah.
What were you referencing at that point?
I mean, there's a lot of them.
Who?
Latinos.
Latinos?
The Scandinavians.
Scandinavians?
The ancient Egyptians.
What do you believe in?
I don't know. I'm
You don't
kind of
know?
agnostic.
You're agnostic?
Yeah.
Something's there, but you can't put your finger on it?
Wait, what?
Something's there, but you just can't figure it out. You haven't figured it out yet?
I don't think I'm I don't think I'm close.
First Corinthians.
To tell you the truth.
What's that?
I don't think I'm anywhere close to figuring it out.
No, I didn't say you were. I'm just saying that's where you're at pretty much.
Yeah.
Are you seeking something out, or are you just trying to read more, or what?
I think we all are, aren't we?
No, not up here. We figured it out.
Oh, okay.
We believe in the Word of God. Have you read the Bible before?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Bible?
I feel like it's a business more than anything.
A business?
Sure.
They turned it into a business.
Yeah.
But it's not a business. It's actually only one people's business.
Have you ever heard of the Vatican?
Of course.
What do you think the Vatican is?
It's just a government structure over there in Europe.
Just a government structure, or
Yeah.
one of them, the most powerful?
One of them, yeah. It's part of the Illuminati, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
secret societies. I'm sure. They got a lot of artifacts and stuff hidden in there, and things that they stole from other countries. They don't control nothing over here, though.
They don't control anything over here? Of course they do.
No. What do they control?
Well,
What is the Vatican in charge of?
I couldn't give you that answer
Why'd you say it?
because I know that they're in control.
Of what? What
Of
exactly?
A lot of things.
They're in control of the religious aspects. Nothing besides that.
Yeah.
That's what they represent, right? The Pope, right? The Catholic Church. That's what they represent.
Right.
The Pope's supposed to be the father of all religions, correct?
Right.
So that's what they control. What else do they control outside of that?
Well, when you reach a certain level of financial endowment, you're going to be able to control a lot of things that most people don't know about. I mean, you've heard of secret societies, I'm sure.
Of course, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So, I don't understand which direction this is going in, though.
Well, I'm just trying to get your understanding, because I already told you we believe in. We believe in the Bible.
Right.
You said it's a business. I said they turned it into a business, which is true.
Okay.
Because there's ancient manuscripts that have been translated over time, and the people that run the religious systems now, these are the people that wrote that stuff. Does that make sense? They turned it into a business because they realized that the power lies in these scriptures. And the people of the Bible, which is us, the people that have been downtrodden, put in slavery, the Latinos that you mentioned earlier, those are the people of the book. So in order to control the masses, they turned it into a business.
Right.
That's what I'm referring to. So even though it's in these churches and all this stuff all across the world, there's only one people that are allowed to even break down this Bible, which is the people you see in front of you.
Right. Right.
So you say that you control everything, but they don't control the information that's coming out of this Bible because they're not teaching the truth of the Bible. I think you said that earlier, right? In the churches and all that stuff, they're not teaching the truth of this Bible.
How come you get a microphone?
I'm the one speaking now.
I'm speaking too.
You're right.
Yeah.
Bring your mic next time, man. We're having a conversation. Is that fine? Is this offensive or something, or what?
No, not at all.
Okay. What you got? Go ahead.
Titus 1:10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially of them of the circumcision.
There's people that are vain talkers and deceivers. Vanity is what? Like worthlessness, right? That's what the Christian church pushes. All you gotta do is give me $10, $100, and you'll be blessed. That's madness. That's not how God works. I gotta pay money to get blessed. But meanwhile, the
True,
pastor gets a Beamer Benz and Bentley and a mansion off my money. Is that how God works, or is that a business? That's a business what you're talking about, right?
Wait, can you repeat that? I didn't hear that.
I said, in the churches, the pastor gets all the money from the tithes and offerings, but they're telling the people to give the money so God can bless you, right?
That's not true.
What do you mean?
It works differently in every church.
What are you talking about?
The
Do churches give tithes and offerings?
Tithes and offerings?
Tithes and offerings in church.
Yeah.
What is that for?
It's for people that are less fortunate.
Oh, really?
Financially.
So, the money that people give to the church, they get divvied out to people that are less fortunate?
No, definitely not. Well, I mean, not all of it. I don't know. I don't work for a church.
Well, I know how church works. I've been to church.
Really?
And everybody up here's been to church.
Oh, okay.
And they don't spend it they don't help any less fortunate people.
Right.
And if they do, it's a tax write-off. They don't do it because of the kindness of their heart.
Right.
Because they have a 501c3. It was a tax exemption.
I don't know. Like I said.
Yeah, they get it right back. It's a tax write-off.
Okay, cool.
But that's what I was referencing. There's pastors all over the earth that have some type of $1 million planes, Bentleys, all this other stuff. Like, how do they get that? For lying to the congregation.
Yeah, nobody said that the church wasn't corrupt.
Well, that's what I'm referencing.
Oh.
So that's why we're not asking for any money up here. We're asking for our people, the Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, to repent and stop sinning. That's the point of the whole Bible.
Right.
The children of Israel, the Israelites, sinned against God. They put them into captivity. Then we got subdued by other nations. And now we're in the last days, according to the Bible. And our job is to tell our people to repent before it's too late, before they get the ultimate judgment. Go ahead.
Whose mouths must be stopped.
These pastors' mouths must be stopped. That's why we're on the street corners. You'll never see a pastor out here on the streets.
Right.
You might see him over there, but they're not teaching anything new. And they're scared to talk to us. You know why? Because we're going to read out of the Bible as it's written. Precept upon precept with understanding. Go ahead.
Who subvert whole houses.
They subvert whole houses. They bring houses down through their lives. Read.
Teaching things which they ought not.
Doing what?
Teaching things which they ought not.
Teaching things they ought not. Pastors tell you left and right. Like I said, if you give me a certain amount of money, you'll be blessed. That's madness. That's not how God works. Like I said.
Okay.
That's called what's the word I'm looking for? Well, no, I'm talking about like this, like trickery, pretty much. It's deception.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's deceitful.
Okay.
So when you mention the Vatican, that's like the chief of the lions. Because at the end of the day, what did dude from the Vatican say? He said that he said something about all them priests that were doing pedophilia and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is slap on the wrist, you can pay some money, and you'll be free to go.
Right.
But in the Bible, it says homosexuals should be put to death. So which one is it? Is the Pope representative of the religious sect of the Bible?
I don't understand what you're trying to ask me.
I'm getting to a point that you mentioned the Vatican earlier, and exactly, it's becoming a business. So if it was, that's why it's a business, because he's not going to follow this Bible to a T.
It is a business.
True.
It's not becoming.
No, I'm
been
saying
a
what
business.
we're saying isn't business.
Yeah.
It's a business spiritually, but it's not a business financially, because we don't want money. We don't care about money.
Oh, okay.
It's a fiat system. The money isn't worth anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver.
Well, money's still worth something now.
It is, but I'm saying overall, it's not. If I take the same dollar overseas, it's gonna be devalued immediately.
Well, it's a
Because-
physical system.
True,
Yeah.
but we have to abide by it.
We
True.
need it.
We do need it, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna be worth anything. Once the stock market crashes in America, the dollar's not gonna mean nothing.
Wait, are you talking about like saving all the money until you die and then like it's kind of like worthless? Or are you just
Well,
saying-
not necessarily right now. I'm saying the money system we have right now is in place because that's what we use. We can't get around it. But before there was a money system, what were we using?
bartering.
We're bartering things. Trade this for this.
Yeah.
Okay, I got gold, and it's gold for a certain amount. Give you that for this device or type of trading. But now we have paper, which is going to be printed at the drop of a dime,
Yeah.
and that's why we're $1 trillion in debt. But what you got? Go ahead.
Teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake.
Filthy lucre's sake, for money's sake. They're lying and telling people that they're going to be saved. All you have to do is have faith and give you some money every week, and you'll be saved. Meanwhile, their life's in shambles. They're broke and poor. I know plenty of people that went to church that were broke as hell and asked the pastor for money. Guess what he said? Oh, just pray about it.
Right.
Wait a minute, I've been giving you money for 15, 20 years now. Where's my offering? How come you can't give it back to me? That's how you know the church is full of crap. Give me that in Acts 7. Acts 7 and 38. What you got? And say in Titus real quick. Titus 1 and 16 actually. And then give me 1 Timothy 1 and 9. Go ahead.
You mean 48?
Yeah, 48.
Acts chapter 7, verse 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
The Most High, the creator of heaven and earth, doesn't dwell in buildings. That's what it's talking about. So if you gotta go to church to learn about God, that's how you know it's false. God doesn't dwell in temples made with hands. Go ahead.
As saith the prophet, verse 49.
Read.
Heaven is my throne,
Heaven's the throne. Read.
and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me?
What house can you build God? If we believe the creator created the earth with everybody in it, we can't go into a building and be like, oh, this is where God dwells. Like, that's crazy. He's omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. Do you believe that, or you believe in evolution? You believe in evolution?
I think it's pretty accurate.
What's accurate?
Evolution.
How did evolution start?
I don't know. We're like some sort of fish and then a dog or something like that. I don't know.
That's accurate? Can that happen today? Can a fish have sex with a frog and procreate something?
Evolution happens every day, yeah.
But can that happen today? What you just said?
Well, evolution, if you think about it, it's a mutation.
No, I'm asking you a particular question.
What,
Can that
a fish
happen
fucking
today?
frog?
Can that happen today?
Yeah.
And what can come of
It
that?
happens all the time.
What can come of that? What's going to be created from that?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
You've never seen it, but you said it.
No, I said it happens.
But can it happen today? You can't look it up on YouTube. YouTube has plenty of videos.
I'm sure you could.
And you said it's 100% accurate.
You know, I think you took what I said a little too seriously. I was just making
I am.
a vague
Oh, it's
example.
vague. Is it a fact or is it vague?
It's like a sarcastic example, I guess.
So you believe in the Big Bang Theory?
I think it's a good theory.
Do you believe in it?
I don't know. It's a theory.
So where did fish come from?
Where did fish come from?
Fish had sex with a frog and people just started rolling downhill from there. How'd that happen?
You took what I said a little too seriously.
I'm asking you
It was more of a
questions.
joke. Okay.
I'm trying to understand. If you don't believe in God as creator, then you have to believe in
I didn't
what you
say
just
I didn't
mentioned.
believe in God.
Okay, you said you're agnostic, right?
Yeah.
So is there a God?
I have no idea.
Okay. give me Psalms 14.
You asked me a question, and I don't know why you're being so condescending. I thought you
I'm not being condescending. You're confusing.
Oh,
Where are you at?
Laughed at me.
I'm gonna laugh at foolishness. No, I don't need that. Give me that Psalms 14 and 1. What's that?
You're gonna laugh at foolishness.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
100%.
So being uncertain is.
But you said it was a fact earlier. You said it was.
These are just like super open-ended and general questions that. I don't think any of us
So
know.
basically, you don't have a solid foundation. You're just all over the place. That's what I'm understanding now.
That's what you think of me. I mean, that's
I'm going off what you're
your
telling me.
perspective.
All I'm doing is going off what you're telling me.
Right.
I asked you if you believe in evolution. You said it's pretty accurate. I'm like, okay, well.
It is. There's
Okay.
evidence backing it up.
What evidence? Show me.
All the evidence. Well, I don't have it on me. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna just pull it out of my back pocket.
So why are you saying it? If you can't say it, if you can't reference anything.
What do you mean reference? How do I reference?
How do you know evolution exists?
Because there's evidence.
What evidence is it?
Like
Well-
I said, I don't have it in my back pocket.
Oh man, this is crazy. Give me that.
Well, what evidence that you got?
I'm sorry?
What evidence do you have?
Evidence of what? The
That
creator.
God exists.
Have you seen a human body before?
Yeah.
What makes the heart pump?
The intertracheal, no, the myocardial artery.
Okay, where'd that come from?
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Interesting. All right. You're not as smart as I thought, but not a problem. Where you at?
I'm a paramedic.
You're a paramedic?
Yeah, I would know.
Okay,
about the
so
heart.
let me ask you this: is the egg or the sperm alive?
Is the what?
The egg or the sperm?
Are they alive?
Which one's alive?
They're both alive.
Okay. So what
They're
happens when?
organisms.
Okay, perfect. But the egg dies eventually, right?
No,
It doesn't?
no, it becomes fertilized.
No. If it doesn't get fertilized,
Sure, yeah,
it dies, right?
right.
Okay.
It serves no purpose.
So when it does get
It gets
fertilized,
discharged.
what happens?
But if it was still in the womb, or sorry, in the uterus, then it would.
It's alive, yeah, for a certain amount of time. Correct.
Yeah.
So what happens when it's fertilized?
It turns into a more complex organism.
True, but how?
Through evolution.
I can understand that part. I can understand that part. I'll accept that.
I hope you do.
I'll accept
I
that.
hope you do.
But here's the thing. Who created the sperm?
I have no idea.
It's not a problem. Give me that. Go ahead.
So, like, you don't believe in no intelligent design at all?
I don't believe in what?
Intelligent design.
Of course I do.
Like, we're talking about like
Look
the
at sacred
human.
geometry. It's the blueprints of life.
Well, let's look at the human eye. Let's look at this smallest, like, in a body like this, the most complex part of the body was like either the human eye, the brain.
I never denied that the human body is an amazing machine. It's incredible.
Exactly.
I mean, we
So-
are trying to replicate it right now. You know that.
So
right?
yes, through cloning. But my thing is like,
No, I
you,
mean through AI.
well, AI is something different. That's something different. You're talking. I understand that there's a humanist movement and you're trying to transhuman. But what I'm saying is this, man. This body, this machine that we're walking around with today, is here on accident.
Probably, I don't know.
That is nuts, man.
It is. It
Read
actually
that.
is.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
crazy,
there's
man.
that
This is for you.
famous
What's your name? You said
Eddie.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Here you go, Eddie.
Psalms 14:1. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God.
You don't believe in God. That's your problem. You say you're from where? Where'd you say you're from?
Huh?
You say you're Algerian?
Yeah.
What do they believe over there?
It's an Islamic country.
Islamic?
Yeah.
Your father's from Algeria as well?
No.
Where's he from?
My father's Swedish.
Swedish? Oh, so you're European. Not a problem. Go ahead.
They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doth good.
Exactly. So that's the path you're on.
Right.
You believe in evolution, fishes and frogs having intercourse. That's madness, man. That'll never happen today.
It sure is.
That's how you know evolution's BS.
Oh.
It's BS.
It could be. Yeah.
So people came
But
from
it's just a theory,
fishes
you
and
know that, right?
frogs.
It's not a fact.
It's exactly. It's a theory. It's madness.
Right.
It's for people that don't believe in God, just like yourself.
Well, what evidence is there?
What do you mean of God?
Yeah. Like he's up there or wherever.
You know, look, give me Daniel real quick. Yeah, we're gonna prove that the Bible is 100% from God.
Why is there so many different versions of it?
It's just translations. It's not versions.
Translations?
Translations.
Oh, what do you call the Old and New Testament?
It's part of the Bible.
No, they're different versions of each other.
No, one's written in Hebrew, one's written in Greek.
Okay, why are there so many different Christians?
Christians?
Yeah.
That's irrelevant. They're reading the same book, right?
Yeah.
So is it the same book or is it different understandings of it? That's what it represents.
I see.
It's just different understandings.
Who do you think wrote the Bible?
Multiple people.
Right.
Multiple people.
Like
15,
who?
20 people at
Like
least.
who?
I'm sorry?
Who?
The Israelites. All the Israelites wrote it.
Yeah, but is there a name?
Multiple people. Moses, Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah,
Oh,
Malachi.
that doesn't make any sense.
How?
Chronologically, it doesn't make any sense. Or no,
What do you mean? How?
Well, because there were stories where he wasn't alive.
Who? Moses?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
True.
I guess you believe that.
But who gave him the information?
No idea.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. There were scribes and all that stuff back then as well.
Right.
But it was divine intervention. That's what the point is. What you got? Give me that in Daniel 8. Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right, 2 Peter 2, 2 Peter 1 and 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the Scripture is of any private interpretation. For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man,
Men didn't just come up and write it themselves. Go ahead.
but holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
So the Spirit of God, there's a Spirit of the Most High present in the Israelites. Only the Israelites, nobody else. Not no other nation's going to get this Bible. That's why you're so confused. Because this Bible's not for everybody. When you mentioned that business earlier, of course they turned into a business because they realized how powerful it was due to the prophecies. But since you don't understand, you're not an Israelite, not first and foremost. We're the only ones that are going to get this. It's a spiritual thing.
That's right.
Give me that in Habakkuk 2 real quick. 2 and 4. For Eddie, go ahead.
Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul.
Yeah, go ahead.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Read.
But the just shall live by his faith.
Yeah, we have faith that these scriptures were written for us. And they're going to come to pass.
Yeah, but is faith fact?
Not necessarily in that context, no. But the prophecies are facts. That's the difference.
Right.
Give me that.
Daniel chapter 8.
Give me that Maccabee.
Daniel chapter 8 verse 5. And as I was considering, behold, and he, oh yeah, my bad, Slakia. And as I was considering, behold, and he goat came from the west on the fence of the whole earth, and touched not the ground, and the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. And he came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his power. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with shoulder against him, and smote the ram, and brake his 2 horns.
Exactly. So it's talking about animals fighting, but it's a parable. Jump down to 18. It's going to explain exactly what it's talking about. Read.
All right, I'm gonna finish 7 and jump to 18.
And we're going to see if this is history or not. Go ahead.
But he cast him down to the ground and stamped on him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand.
Exactly. The ram and the he-goat had a duel, and the goat won. But let's get further in detail. Read that.
Verse 18. Now as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground.
Go ahead.
But he touched me and set me upright. And he said, Behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation. For at the time appointed the end shall be.
Read.
The ram which thou sawest
The ram, what we saw, we just read about the ram and the goat. Read.
The ram which thou sawest having 2 horns
Read.
are the kings of Media and Persia.
So they're countries. The ram is a Media and Persia, the dual empire. Read.
Verse 21. And the rough goat
The rough goat. Read.
is the king of Grecia.
Of who?
The king of Grecia.
The rough goat's the king of Grecia. Keep reading.
And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king.
The first what?
The first king.
The first king of Greece. Give me that in Maccabees. First Maccabees 1 and 1. Go ahead.
First Maccabees 1 and 1. And it happened after that Alexander son of Philip.
Who's Alexander? Who's Alexander?
Alexander who?
Alexander the Great.
He was pretty powerful ruler.
Of
from
what?
my understanding.
Who did he rule?
Is it the Romans?
Greece.
Greece. Yeah.
But we just read about him in the Bible.
Those were the Romans.
No, they were not.
They're
They were
pretty
Greeks.
much Romans. Yeah.
No, they weren't. There's 2 separate people.
Right. Okay. Well, okay, I see.
They were fighting each other during this time period.
Do you
200
believe in the
BC.
story of Abraham?
Of course.
You do.
Yeah.
Do you believe a 175-year-old man got a message from God to get every single animal onto a boat?
That's not Abraham. What are you talking about? You're talking about Noah. What are you?
Noah. Well,
what are you
yeah,
talking about?
that's who I meant.
Yeah,
they
you meant
all,
Noah.
They all kind of blend into me.
I mean, sure. Yeah, of course. I believe
Right.
in the whole Bible. Yeah, of course.
So you believe in that story?
Yes.
You don't think that there's some holes in it?
No. How?
Well, what do other animals eat?
What are you talking about?
What do animals eat?
You tell me.
Other animals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're not herbivores on Earth?
Tigers?
Are they herbivores?
Of course.
So tigers eat other animals all the time?
Usually, yeah.
So that's a hole in the story?
Well, that's a huge hole in the story, yeah.
Oh, really?
Huh?
Interesting. Well, that's your
Is that
story.
your response interesting?
No, I'm just
I mean,
just trying to understand
how,
what you.
How is
what's
that possible? How is it possible for a man to live 175 years?
because people lived a lot longer in the ancient world.
No, they didn't. They died at like late 30s. If they were.
You're talking about the Egyptians.
No, I'm talking about people as a general.
Who?
Everybody.
Who? Where?
I'm saying every.
So we live longer now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Due to evolution, right? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Who lived to be? What's the max people live?
These are scientific facts. These are
Bro,
facts.
are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm not.
So people live to be 30. How long ago was that?
This was actually not too long ago. Like in the past 200 years.
200
People
years?
didn't make it past 40.
So what happened 1,000 years ago?
It was
2,000 years ago.
A lot worse.
People were living.
They didn't have antibiotics. They didn't have medication.
What's that? They didn't have diseases either.
Right. They didn't have diseases like that.
They didn't have diseases like we have today.
Right.
Most of the diseases were man-made. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. The diet.
Yeah, the diet was different. We didn't need half the processed food we eat. So of course we were living longer. What are you talking about?
You know what, man? You're on a different wavelength.
Of course we are.
Yeah,
You're a devil, man. That's the problem. You're a devil.
Right. Oh, right. All right. Well, I guess keep doing what you're doing, man.
I am. You're a confused lost soul, man. And you're going into slavery.
That's right.
Where are you at?
Yo, it is like this, man. We can see today, like the senoras, like in our countries, that get up hella early in the morning, walk a few miles, go get water every day. How long do they live? Like they live up to like 90-something years, bro. Right? Back in the days, man, when the earth was actually clean and they were living off the earth, like, just imagine how much more longer we were living, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude's tripping, man. Talking about 35 years old. That's crazy, man. That don't even make no damn sense. Bro, that's crazy, bro.
You're talking about in the ghetto?
No, he's talking about like the medieval era. Yeah, I know what he was saying, but that's still talking about this side of the flood.
Yeah, exactly. He's an idiot. Yeah, that's a European stuff. That's what's going on with them. With the so-called Dark Ages.
Right.
That's what's going on with y'all cave dwellers. When y'all was having sex with each other, incest and all that stuff in them caves.
Right.
Where you at? That's all I wanted, man. Dude was tripping. He wasn't trying to stay on one point either. That's his problem. He would say something, but, I didn't mean it that way. Like, yeah, he's stupid as hell.
I thought we were going to have one of them evolutionists.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. He said a fish and a frog created mankind. That's crazy, man.